He who masters solitude rewrites time. There's a strange phenomenon happening right under society's nose. As most people drag their years like a rusted chain, there's a small tribe moving differently, quietly, deliberately, seemingly ageless. These aren't your average men. They aren't loud. They don't chase trends. They don't ask for permission. They are Sigma males, and for some wild reason, while the world ages, they sharpen, refine, and somehow get younger. Today, Ascenders, we're breaking the silence. Not the recycled theories, not the cliches. We're going deeper into the 12 unseen, overlooked, and damn near mystical reasons Sigma males seem to reverse aging. So sharpen your edge, lean in, and if you're new here, don't follow, ascend. Smash subscribe and join the Sigma Ascends Brotherhood. 1. The echo chamber escape. Most people live inside a mental cage built by media, gossip, and shallow conversations. Sigma males cut through this by escaping the echo chamber. They don't engage with the noise. They don't get trapped in tribal arguments online or base their identity on social validation. They intentionally limit their media diet, surrounding themselves only with content that builds them, books that stretch their mind, long-form conversations, real-world skills. The result is less mental clutter, sharper thinking, and a nervous system that isn't hijacked every 5 minutes. When your brain isn't constantly in fight or flight mode, your body ages slower. You produce less cortisol, you sleep deeper, your skin stays clear, and your immune system functions at a higher level. Sigma males don't just disconnect from noise, they replace it with intentional silence, meditation, nature, and solitude. In that silence, something strange happens. The body recovers, the mind resets, and time itself seems to bend. You'll often notice that men who embrace solitude look younger, more grounded, more present. That's not genetics, it's neurobiology. They also don't pollute their minds with cheap content. No endless TikTok loops, no drama-filled podcasts. They protect their attention like it's sacred. That level of self-discipline preserves their mental clarity and keeps their spirit light. When you step outside the mental battlefield everyone else is stuck in, you stop aging with them. Sigma males figured that out early, and the payoff shows on their face. 2. Dopamine by design. Dopamine is the invisible hand shaping your choices, habits, and even your aging process. Most people let dopamine run wild. Sigma males, they engineer it. Instead of relying on external stimuli to feel good, like social media likes, junk food, or shopping, they create intentional dopamine feedback loops. These loops come from deep, effort-based reward systems, building something with their hands, learning a new language, mastering a physical skill, or completing a complex project. Why does this keep them young? Because consistent, purposeful dopamine hits from earned effort actually help your brain stay plastic, meaning flexible, adaptive, and sharp. While shallow dopamine eventually leads to fatigue and emotional burnout, Sigma-style dopamine builds resilience and vitality. It goes deeper than that. Their nervous system adapts to higher thresholds of satisfaction. This means they don't need constant stimulation. They're content in peace. Their baseline happiness rises while their tolerance for distractions drops. Physiologically, this keeps them calm. A calm nervous system equals lower stress hormones, slower cell decay, and slower biological aging. Their bodies aren't being hijacked daily by dopamine crashes like the average man. And when they do pursue pleasure, it's refined. Cold plunges, long hikes, deep conversations, intimate silence. Their dopamine isn't cheap, it's earned. That difference creates not just mental strength, but ageless presence. 3. Stillness as a weapon. Stillness isn't passive for the Sigma male, it's strategic. In a world obsessed with busyness, the Sigma retreats into stillness not to hide, but to reforge. Most men burn out because they mistake movement for progress. Sigma males know better. They understand that stillness isn't absence of motion, it's the forge of mental clarity. In stillness, the body recalibrates. The nervous system heals, muscles recover, thoughts untangle. This is not laziness, this is active recovery. Elite athletes use it. Zen masters live by it. Sigma males weaponize it. Stillness also boosts deep creativity. Without it, the brain doesn't enter theta states, the brainwave pattern responsible for intuition, problem-solving, and vision. Sigma males build their ideas in those silent spaces. They incubate ideas, cultivate foresight, and make choices with surgical precision. That clarity spills into their aging process. Less decision fatigue, less regret, and less mental fragmentation equals less stress overall. And remember, chronic stress is biological rust. Stillness keeps their internal system clean and primed. Even spiritually, stillness creates a grounded presence. Sigmas tend to radiate calm because they carry stillness within. And when your inner world is still, your outer body reflects that. Steady breathing, soft facial tension, and eyes that don't dart around like prey. A man who knows how to sit with himself without distraction is a man who doesn't age like the rest. Sigma males mastered stillness, and it shows in their aura. 4. The anti-drama armor. Drama is emotional pollution. It's not just exhausting, it physically ages you. It floods the body with stress chemicals, lowers your immune response, and throws off your hormone balance. Sigma males saw this trap from miles away, and they built armor against it. How? Through emotional detachment without apathy. They don't react, they observe. Whether it's gossip, passive aggression, manipulation, or public outbursts, they keep a clean emotional boundary. No need to clap back, no need to participate. This detachment is not coldness, it's power. It means they stay sovereign. While others let people rent space in their head for free, Sigmas stay on their own mental land. They've mastered the art of emotional economy, spending only where there's return. And this has biological benefits: lower heart rate variability, more balanced cortisol levels, healthier skin, better digestion, because they're not constantly triggering fight or flight over meaningless chaos. They also don't attract drama, because drama can't find fuel in silence. People eventually stop trying to bait them, realizing they won't get a rise. That calm, that steadiness, it creates a timeless presence. It's hard to explain, but you know it when you see it. A man who doesn't flinch, doesn't react, and doesn't age. The anti-drama armor isn't indifference, it's evolution. 5. Time-bending sleep discipline. Sleep is the most underrated form of anti-aging therapy, and Sigma males treat it like sacred ground. They don't just try to sleep, they engineer it like scientists. While others binge-watch until 2 a.m. and wake up groggy, Sigmas treat their circadian rhythm like a biological clockwork system. Here's how they do it. They sleep in total darkness, often using blackout curtains and zero artificial light. They cool their room down to mimic natural environments. They avoid blue light an hour before bed, shutting down phones or using red light filters. But most importantly, they respect the rhythm. No caffeine late in the day, no overeating before bed, no chaotic conversations at night. That allows their body to produce natural melatonin, the hormone that tells your cells it's time to repair. While others are draining themselves in sleep debt, Sigma males enter deep, restorative sleep, the kind that repairs muscle tissue, balances hormones, cleanses the brain through glymphatic drainage, and boosts growth hormone. Yes, the real anti-aging chemical. They also build a pre-sleep ritual, maybe reading, maybe journaling, maybe silent reflection. Whatever it is, it's consistent, and that consistency trains the mind and body to wind down faster. The result? They wake up refreshed, sharper, and younger looking. No puffiness, no mood crashes, no grogginess, just a man who slept like a monk and woke up like a warrior. Sleep isn't downtime for the Sigma, it's transformation time, and that's why they age like sages, not civilians. 6. Ageless curiosity. There's a point where most men mentally retire, even if they're still working. They stop learning, they stop asking, they stop wondering. That's when they start aging, fast. Sigma males operate on a completely different program. They are lifelong apprentices of existence, always curious, always exploring, whether it's quantum physics, Stoic philosophy, tactical survival, or ancient history. They chase novelty not for distraction, but for expansion. Neuroscience shows that mental stimulation, especially the kind that challenges your current belief systems or requires intense focus, keeps your brain neuroplastic. That means more flexible neurons, better memory, and sharper cognition. But it doesn't stop at knowledge. Sigmas pursue skills. Archery, carpentry, coding, calligraphy, it's all on the table. The more their brain has to learn new movement patterns, the younger it stays. Brain cells fire, neural connections grow, dopamine surges. And there's another layer, confidence. A man who knows he can adapt, learn and evolve at any age never feels old. He doesn't cling to past glory, he creates new ones. That mindset creates a psychological youth that seeps into his posture, voice, and even energy. You've seen it. That man in his 50s who seems more alive than most 25-year-olds. That's not coincidence, that's curiosity. Sigma males stay mentally dangerous, and in doing so, they defy the timeline the world tries to put them on. 7. Cellular sovereignty. Sigma males take radical ownership of their biology. They don't just hope to stay healthy, they study their body like a system. While most people treat symptoms, Sigmas dig for root causes. They fast, not just because it's trendy, but because they understand how autophagy, the cellular recycling process, clears out weak cells and makes room for stronger ones. Fasting literally makes your cells more efficient, like upgrading internal software. They also stack ancient practices with modern science. Herbal tinctures for liver health, magnesium for deep recovery, cold exposure for metabolic resilience, red light therapy for mitochondria support. They avoid processed food like poison, not because it's a diet, but because they understand that every bite is either fuel or friction. They eat nutrient-dense meals that fuel performance, not pleasure. Water, filtered, sleep, structured, movement, intentional, and when something feels off, they don't mask it with pills. They track it, they journal, they research, they test. Sigma males are sovereign at the cellular level, and that sovereignty shows. Clear eyes, sharp skin, calm digestion, youthful posture. They treat their body like a high-performance machine because they understand one truth. You don't age in years, you age in cell damage. And they refuse to outsource that responsibility. 8. Burnout immunity. Most men live on the edge of exhaustion. Their schedules are packed, their boundaries are loose. They say yes too often, they sleep too little. It shows in their eyes, their skin, their energy. Sigma males aren't built that way. They live by the principle of energetic sovereignty. They don't do things to please others. They don't chase people or stretch themselves thin for social approval. They design their schedule around energy zones, not just time slots. They know when they're at peak performance, and they guard those hours fiercely. They avoid draining social situations. They decline unnecessary meetings. They optimize, automate, and eliminate anything that doesn't align with mission or peace. They understand this. Burnout is cumulative, and it ages you like nothing else. Every sleepless night, every fake yes, every unnecessary drama, it compounds. But Sigma males resist that cycle through calculated detachment. They unplug often, they move slowly when needed. They're not afraid to disappear to recharge. This isn't laziness, this is longevity intelligence. By maintaining this kind of energetic discipline, they give their body room to repair, not just survive. Their hormones stay balanced, their digestion stays calm, their skin stays smooth, their hair doesn't thin out from overdrive. Sigma males don't just have strong bodies, they have sustainable systems. That's why they don't crash. That's why they don't age the way others do. They move differently because they recover deliberately. 9. The inner circle filter. Your tribe is your mirror, and Sigma males polish that mirror ruthlessly. They don't keep toxic people just because. They don't tolerate one-sided friendships, subtle envy, or low-energy company. Why? Because your relationships literally change your biology. Stressful relationships spike cortisol. Fake friendships suppress your immune system. Emotional manipulation messes with your nervous system. The Sigma knows this and takes action. His circle is small, strategic, and sacred. Only those who match his energy, respect his solitude, and understand his mission get access. No energy leaks, no drama drains, just clean, uplifting, intentional relationships. And when he walks alone, he thrives. Sigma males never fear isolation. That's when they grow, build, evolve. They don't need a crowd to feel confident. They don't need external permission to be at peace. This emotional clarity keeps them light and youthful. No emotional hangovers, no lingering tension in the gut, no awkward obligations. Every time a Sigma cuts off a toxic person, his energy recalibrates. His mind gets sharper, his body relaxes, his face literally softens. And that's not spiritual fluff, that's neurochemical detox. They say you become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Sigma males took that seriously and curated an environment where aging has no foothold. 10th movement with meaning. Sigma males don't work out. They train, they prepare, they refine. While the average man hits the gym for aesthetics or ego, the Sigma sees movement as ritual, not routine. He trains to be useful, to be ready, to build a body that functions across time and terrain. That might look like calisthenics on a rooftop, martial arts in silence, hiking with intention, functional strength training in solitude. What matters isn't what they do, it's why they move. This type of training activates every part of their being: muscles, joints, breath, balance, focus. It creates a physical intelligence that doesn't just build muscle, it builds presence. And the youth benefits are real. Functional movement improves circulation, lymph flow, hormone regulation, and joint longevity. It keeps posture upright, tendons healthy, and testosterone flowing. There's no inflammation from ego lifting, no injuries from show-off workouts, just clean, intelligent, primal movement. Even more, their body becomes a vessel of discipline. Each session is a reminder that they are in command of their vehicle, not slaves to comfort or weakness. That quiet power, it's visible. A Sigma doesn't need to flex to look strong. His movements speak. His posture says he's ready. That kind of functional vitality is youth in motion. He doesn't just age slower. He moves like time doesn't matter. 11th mission, over distraction. Most people wake up and react. Sigma males wake up with direction. They don't check their phone first thing. They check in with their mission. That mission could be building a company, mastering a craft, defending their peace, or preparing their legacy. Whatever it is, it's purpose-driven, and that's their shield against aging. Studies show that people with a strong sense of purpose live longer, have fewer diseases, and heal faster. Purpose regulates hormones. It organizes your nervous system. It gives your body a reason to stay alive and sharp. Sigmas don't drift. They aim. And because of that, they don't fall into distraction loops. They're not stuck in Netflix spirals or endless gossip sessions. Their focus becomes a kind of spiritual armor. protecting their energy from leaking into nonsense. And here's the beauty. Mission doesn't stress them. It energizes them. It keeps the fire lit. It gives every morning weight and momentum. And that state, where you're building something that matters, is the opposite of aging. That's why Sigma males have a different glow. Their face isn't tired from busy work. It's charged with meaning. Their eyes aren't dull from routine. They burn with vision. Purpose isn't a luxury for them. It's fuel. It's medicine. It's time reversal. 12. The rebirth mindset. Here's the final secret, and maybe the most powerful. Sigma males never settle in to aging. They reinvent. Most men freeze at a certain identity. I'm too old to start that. I missed my window. That belief becomes a death sentence wrapped in routine. But Sigma males, they're reborn whenever they choose. At 30, 40, 60, it doesn't matter. They don't measure life in birthdays. They measure it in cycles of transformation. 1 year they're quiet observers. The next, they're launching a business. 1 decade they master solitude. The next, they mentor others. That ability to shed old skins and evolve at will is what keeps them vibrant, dangerous, and young. Biologically, this matters. Reinvention keeps the brain guessing. It forces new pathways. It sparks novelty, risk, and reward, all of which release youth-anchoring chemicals like dopamine, testosterone, and BDNF. Psychologically, it makes them unpredictable in the best way. They are never done. There's always a new horizon, always another mountain to climb. That refusal to stagnate creates a man who doesn't age. He upgrades, and the world doesn't know what to do with that. Because society expects you to decline quietly. Sigma males say no. They evolve loudly, in silence. So, ascenders. While the world sells you creams, pills, and filters, remember this. True youth lives in your rituals, your mindset, your mission. Sigma males aren't just resisting age, they're redefining it. And you can too. If you felt the shift today, if this hit different, subscribe. This isn't just a channel, it's a movement. Sigma Ascends is where the quiet ones rise. Until next time, protect your energy, guard your mind, and never stop becoming more dangerous with time.